Hello and welcome to RoboMonk Art and Tarot. I am RoboMonk. Today we are seeing what big and exciting things are going to happen for you. You may be waiting for something special. You may be just waiting to see what's next. We're going to explore it together. This is a pick a card, but I always want to say, before we choose our piles, thank you for being here. Thank you, all of you, for being here. I see that our channel is growing, and I love to spend time with all of you twice a week to see what's happening in all of our lives. So I truly appreciate you being here. So let's go to the piles and see what's happening for you. In pile 1, we have Solidite. In pile 2, we have Sunstone. And in pile 3, we have Tourmaline Quartz. Take a moment to see what resonates with you, and we'll get started. Hello, Pile 1. Thank you for being here with me today. Today, we are seeing what big and exciting things are happening for you. We're going to take a look at what's happening now, what's happened a little bit in your past, and what's happening in your future. As you can see, we have a standard Celtic cross, and this is a great spread to help us do just that. So I will draw images that I channel from Spirit, and then we will interpret them together. So let's get started. The first image that I get is one of you on a little ride. It's going very slowly. You don't have any worries about you. You are very content, even though it's going a little slow. Perhaps slower than you would like, but nothing's going wrong. You feel, as I said, content. Maybe not exuberant, maybe not incredibly happy, maybe not incredibly fulfilled, but nothing's going too wrong, so you are content at where you are at and the pace you are going at this point. So as the title suggests, some exciting and big things are going to happen for you with something that you are not aware of. I see two hands with a thread that is interwoven between them, and this is an old children's game that people would play, and they would make different formations out of it. But it really reminds me of the ropes or the threads of fate. The threads of fate are starting to move, and you are unaware of them right now, but they are going to make a big change in your life coming up ahead. So let's see what that is. In the image above, this is something that you are aware of. I see you hesitantly going towards a door, and there's a knocking on the other side. You aren't sure, and you don't know who is on the other side, but you feel compelled to actually open the door. But you're fighting yourself. You have a lot of anxiety. You have a lot of fear of what could be on the other side, especially if there's a big change coming. And you don't really want to open the door, but you're curious, right? And I know I feel that way when someone knocks on my door unannounced. I get a lot of anxious feelings and maybe a little bit of fear, wondering who that is. What do they want? How much time do they need from my day? All of that. And you may be feeling that at this point as well. If an opportunity comes in, would you take it? Is it something that will benefit you? All of these different questions that you may have if you see an opportunity knocking at your door and you're not sure where it's going to lead. In your past, I see a very interesting image. I see two forks, that are crossed at the tines. The tines are the little bits that you actually stab the food with. One is in shadow, one is in light. And for this, in your past, it seems that you had a lot of obstacles to overcome, a lot of conflict to overcome, and maybe even some personal limitations that you've put on yourself or were taught to put on yourself. And this has really been a struggle for you in the past. So the fact that you were going at this slower pace, nothing was really happening, but nothing good was happening, but nothing bad was happening. You had reached this kind of homeostasis where you're in this little bubble. You couldn't really grow anymore, but also there wasn't anything that was undermining you, nothing that was sabotaging you. So you felt safe, and you may feel compelled to stay here as well. But Spirit is pushing you ahead so you can grow more if you so choose. The next image I see is something that's coming up in your future. I see a submarine that is being emerged from the ocean. And this always means to me that there is something unexpected coming your way. Now, I see it as a positive. It's nothing that's going to really hurt you or harm you in any way, but it will be unexpected. Let's see what kind of that something we can expect is. This is interesting. So I see 7 flags flying, and I get the sense that they are multicultural. I think there is an opportunity coming up for you that could really be multicultural based or worldwide. Something big that is going to actually be knocking at your door, should you choose to open it. And I feel like this is the strings or threads of fate kind of moving you along to your next chapter. And maybe you're not really supposed to stay in that little ride that goes so slow, like we saw in the first card. Maybe you're meant for bigger things. Maybe you're meant to help a lot of different people around the world in a good way. And this doesn't have to be, unless you choose it to, this doesn't have to be where you're traveling all over the world. You can reach a worldwide audience just from your home, just like I am right now. It's absolutely amazing to live in the time that we do. And you can change people's lives. You can change them for the better. And I feel like an opportunity like this is coming towards you. It's going to be big. It's going to be exciting. But you'll have to fight those feelings of anxiety and fear, just like when somebody knocks on your door that you aren't expecting. How's this going to affect you? I think instinct is going to kick in when you open that door. You're going to have a lot of fear and anxiety. It's going to kind of come up into your chakras and unalign them for a while. You may have to really work at getting them aligned again, but when everything calms down after you open that door and you really see what this opportunity is, you will become relieved. You will become hopeful. You will become excited to actually be a part of this opportunity. And the fact that you are overcoming these fears and anxieties, these obstacles that were in your past, is going to help you grow. It's going to help you be even better than what you are right now. What's your environment going to be like? Well, comparing it to the first card with that slow-paced ride, nothing bad or good is happening, it just is. I got an image of coffee beans. And coffee beans contain a lot of energy, a lot of caffeine, right? And this will really amp up your life to be exciting and positive, and also growing and moving forward. I think your time of rest is over once you accept this new opportunity, but you are going to enjoy it so much that you aren't even going to think about where you were. You're going to think about where you're going. I love this next image that I received. So we all know the Fool card, where the Fool is walking over the cliff, or just about to, and is oblivious, looking at the sky, singing songs, and not really paying attention to where they are going. But this is the same cliff with you, and you are going over the edge, but you have rope and tackle, you have all the safety equipment, you are scaling down this cliff to get to where you're going. You are prepared. And I think what's going to happen is that you are going to find that you are more prepared for this than you really thought you would be. And I just love this image of you just saying, oh, here's a cliff, no problem. Scale down, what's next? And you're going to gain a lot of confidence through this next growth cycle. In the end, the ultimate result is you're going to find that you are bulletproof. So no longer are you in this bubble of ungrowth, just existence. You're going to find this growth leads you to really being confident and knowing that you can take on a lot to accomplish your goals. And even if something comes up that may be an obstacle that may have stopped you before, like those two forks that were crossed, those conflicts and obstacles of the past, you're going to now be able to actually overcome them because you have grown that much more. You are that much more prepared mentally, physically, and spiritually, and you are just going to shine. It's going to be amazing. And that is big and exciting. I am happy for you, Pile 1. I know this was kind of ups, downs, and everywhere in between, but I think this was a wonderful ending. And that's what life is about, right? Just following that journey and seeing where it's going to take you. Well, thank you so much for being here with me today, Pile 1. I truly appreciate it, and I want to thank Spirit for being here with us today as well. Know that you're loved, know that you're blessed, and I'll see you next time. Hello, Pile 2. Thank you so much for being here with me today. Today we are exploring what big and exciting things are happening for you. We're going to take a look at what's happening now, what's happened a little bit in your past, and what's going to happen in your future. We'll look at it together as I receive images from Spirit. I'll draw them out, we'll place them on the cards, and interpret the meanings together. So let's get started. The first image that I receive is one that is very emotional. I'm feeling a lot of emotion, a lot of adrenaline going on, because there's something that just happened. It is you sliding down a ladder very quickly, so quickly that you are breaking all of the rungs as you go down. And the rungs are the part of the ladder that you put your feet on to go up and down. They are what you rely on to actually use the ladder to go up and down. And these are all broken except for the last rung of the ladder. And this last rung of the ladder has caught you. You are safe, but you fell a long way from almost to the top of the ladder all the way down. And I feel like this has been a really emotional experience, very draining for you, very surprised maybe. And this may be something that you did not expect. As like a fall, we don't expect to fall, but it does happen. And even though this was a surprise to you, I think you are really looking around, getting your bearings, and seeing what's happening at this moment. The next image I see is one of a bride. This bride has a veil, this bride has flowers, she is ready to get married. The symbol of a bride can mean new beginnings and purity. I'm really getting the feeling why you are actually coming down from that ladder is of a pure intent. Maybe you were asked to do something that you did not want to do, or it went against your moral code, or you knew it was wrong, and so you didn't do it and you suffered the consequences. This would mean that you were as pure as a bride and you are looking for new beginnings. This also could mean that you are looking for more of a romance as well, more long term. Maybe there was a bad breakup, something like that. So I'm really getting two different interpretations, and I will tie them in at the end as we go along. But I want you to know this is a general reading, so this would work for love, this would work for a different circumstance as well. So after falling from that great height on this ladder and breaking all of the different rungs, I'm getting an image of a gas gauge that you would have on your vehicle, where you have all the way to the right is full fuel and all the way to the left is no fuel, empty, right? So the gauge is reading empty. And I really feel like this is your energy level right now. I really feel like this has totally and utterly drained you emotionally, spiritually, physically. You may not be able to actually get up in the morning and face the day very well right now because you are recovering. In your past, I see you standing your ground with two shields on either side of you. And there are other people that are around you, and you're trying to get them to see reason. You're trying to get them to see what's right, and they are not listening. And I got these words: defend against complacency. When you are complacent, you are going to not do anything to rock the boat, not do anything to change anything around there, even though there might be some things that are unjust, things that are not right. These people around you were not doing anything about it. But you stood your ground, you stood for what you knew was right for you, and you made sure that you defended your position. Even if it went against, say, what the company wanted, or what your family wanted, or what your friends wanted, you knew it was wrong for you, and you were not going to take part of it. This could have been an ex-lover as well and led to a breakup. You just did not want to do what these people wanted you to do, and you are the better for it, even though it meant that you took a fall. You took a fall from a social standing, you took a fall from a family standing, you took a fall from a career standing, and now you are here as a bride looking for new beginnings. In your future, I see a plane that is flying level, which is always good for a plane to do. When they are up in the air, you want them to fly level, and I see the little gauge there that is saying just that. that the plane is level. What does this mean? This means that you have leveled out, you have balanced yourself in the near future, and you are able to look around you. Because before, whether you realized it or not, even when you were climbing that ladder, you were spiraling out of control. When you were climbing that ladder, you may have thought, wow, I don't really feel good about this. This isn't exactly where I want to be. I can't quite put my finger on it why. And then something happened where you said, no more. I can't do this anymore. I'm done. So you were able to get off of that ladder even though you fell, even though it seemed like an accident, it really wasn't. It was Spirit helping you get off of that track and onto your own new beginning where you're supposed to be. You learned a lot of lessons of who you are, and now you're moving forward. How does this affect you? This will help you breathe again. It may have been a really long time since you have been able to breathe, to be balanced, to be yourself, to feel safe, to know who you are. And this is going to help you in your new beginning, but also help you ground yourself and be yourself in this new beginning. As I said before, in your environment, this really could go in the career sector, and this could go in the love sector. So let's try the love one first. Let's say there was a bad breakup. Your lover really wanted you to do something that you didn't want to do, and you broke up. You're looking for new beginnings. You're looking for a person that you really want to spend time with that is going to honor you for you. Knowing this, knowing who you are now, you will be able to find that person and find that path. If this is career, the workplace might have really wanted you to do something that you didn't want to do, and you defended yourself, looking for a new path, gaining that balance, and now you are going to be able to look for a new career path that aligns with you. And that is wonderful both ways. The top right card is a scenario that could have happened had you not fallen. If you had not fallen down that ladder and were able to rebalance yourself, you could have gone all the way to the top. You could have been there, and you could have been looking down, and you could have not been proud of who you were, not been proud of what you had done. You may have had to sacrifice your morals or sacrifice your spirituality, and it wouldn't be worth it to be on top of that ladder. It wouldn't be worth it to you. So the fact that you fell, the fact that you defended yourself, the fact that you're looking for a new beginning is really a testament to who you are, where you're at in life, where you're at in your soul journey, that you are becoming strong, you are becoming who you need to be, and you are just an amazing person to not sacrifice all of that for others around you that want you to do something that you know is not good for you. Ultimately, I see you standing on a path with 3 paths ahead of you. You know who you are are able to gain that clarity, and you choose the right path for you this time. No one else is going to influence you. You know where you need to go. You know what you need to do here in this 3D earth plane. You know what your soul journey is, and you are moving forward. So that is big and exciting as well. Pile 2, thank you so much for being here with me today. I always truly appreciate your presence. And I want to say thank you for Spirit for being here today as well. Know that you're loved, know that you're blessed, and I'll see you next time. Hello, Pile 3. Thank you so much for being here with me today. Today we are seeing what big and exciting things are happening for you. We're going to see what's happening now, what's happened a little bit in your past, and what's going to happen in your future. We have a standard Celtic cross to do that today with our spread here. And I'm going to draw images that I receive from Spirit and place them in the cards, and we'll interpret them together. So let's get started. The first image I see is a 4-petaled flower. Now the number 4 may be significant to you, but in general, I'm seeing this as, and I get these words, growth in all directions. You may feel like you are growing in every direction of your life, which is absolutely wonderful. It is a time of growth for you. It is a time of expansion and seeing what else is out there, and to grow spiritually, emotionally, and just to expand your horizons and let your soul continue on its journey. The next image I receive is one that you may not be aware of. It is of a blanket enveloping you. You may feel a sense of safety, you may feel a sense of warmth around you, but you've also developed a life that is simple, that is balanced, and that is focused. And that is extremely difficult to do here on this 3D earth plane. Spirit is applauding you for this. Spirit wants you to know that you have done a great job, and the fact that you are continuing to grow, to learn while you are here on this 3D earth plane also is what you're meant to do. So the fact that you aren't complacent, you aren't okay with where you're at, you always want to continue to learn, that is wonderful. That does not mean that you have to continue to gain earthly possessions or gain different riches or anything like that. That's not what Spirit's about. As you know, gaining knowledge, gaining emotional depth, gaining spiritual depth is really what we're here to do. What you might be aware of is this top left card. I see you stepping on stones, crossing a river. One, this tells me that you are very grounded as an individual. You may even be an earth sign. But there's water flowing around you. And the fact that you are able to cross this river, know which stones to step on, really means that you have mastered your focus and clarity at this point. You know what to do when, and you may be realizing that about yourself. You've done a lot of mistakes, you've learned from them, and now you are able to actually go into a situation and navigate it a lot easier than you did in the past. To the point where you may have felt nervous about something coming up, and then as you're in the moment, you thought, well, I'm actually doing well. I know what to do. I know what to say. I know where to stand. I know where to go. And then the event or the situation happened and it passed, and you thought, wow, I did a good job. Well, thank you, Spirit, for the guidance, and thank you to my past for teaching me all of these lessons to get to this point. In your past, I really feel like there was someone special to you. I see you meditating, I see you praying, I see you reaching out to them, to their spirit often. And they are a little picture on your wall or some memento that you have of them. They were very near and dear to you. They have passed on. And this person has been a hero to you throughout your life. You have always wanted to be like them, to live like them. You always thought they had a wonderful outlook on life, and to really emulate them, to live like them, has been one of your goals. here in this earth plane. So in your future, I know you may be a humble person, and that's not really what this lesson is about. It's not about being more humble. It's about recognizing where you're at in your life and honoring what you have accomplished, seeing the lessons that you have learned, and taking stock, seeing where you are right now. I get the words, you are becoming your own hero. The fact that you have had someone to look up to in the past, and you have really carved out your own path and also taken some lessons from that person that was so special to you, you are really proud of yourself of where you are right now. And the fact that you are coming to this realization is big and exciting. Some of us never get that feeling. Some of us are burdened with different emotions and questions and doubt. And the fact that you are at this point in your life is truly special. And I'm happy for you. Spirit is happy for you. I see you standing tall, looking at the horizon, looking for your next goal, and really being proud of where you're at. The next image is really about how this is going to affect you in your future. I see a lot of complicated calculations coming your way, and this really represents you being a problem solver. There could be a lot of challenges that are coming up, maybe not necessarily for you, but people that you care about, right? The next generation of the people around you. And these numbers may be significant to you as well. 3, 9, 7, and 10. The fact that I got these numbers may be no coincidence. I don't really believe in that. But I see you writing on a piece of paper, trying to figure things out, and you're really becoming a great problem solver, to the point where other people are starting to notice and take a look at you and how you do things. How this affects your environment and those around you, you are really starting to influence those around you, which could be of your same generation, but I'm getting the feeling that it's the next generation that you are influencing as well. So you could have family that is younger than you. You could have children. You could have grandchildren. You could even be a teacher or some profession that teaches kids or is around children. You could even be a person that is known in your neighborhood, known in your city, and children look up to you that way as well. But I really see you being able to influence those around you with the way you do things, with the way you solve problems. You may be even able to solve problems for these people, and they will be eternally grateful. You will become a leader to these people in this top right card. I see you pointing the direction of which way they should go, and they will follow, and you will lead them by example. And that's truly the difference, right? That's the difference between a leader and a boss. You don't tell them where they need to go. You show them and lead them by example. And the fact that you do this, the fact that you take your humility with you, you take you as an emotional, spiritual soul being, and always keeping that in mind, and keeping in mind that these other people that are around you and other beings that are around you are soul beings as well. You respect them. They respect you. There's this mutual respect for one another, and that is why they follow you. That is why they cherish your presence and really want to know what you would do in a certain situation. And that is what will help you guide them along, and they will follow you. I get this adorable image in this last card. I see a picture of you on the wall, and the next generation looking up to you for guidance and inspiration. This doesn't mean that you will pass on anytime soon, but this just means that you are going to be a hero for the next generation and those around you. You may not feel like a hero, and a lot of times those are the best heroes because they are so humble. They aren't full of themselves. They just think they're living life the way they think they should. And people are taking notice of that, and they love you for it. Well, pile 3, this is big and exciting as well, in a very different way, maybe than what you were expecting. But this is huge. These are teachings and happenings that will affect lifetimes ahead of you. And you just never know what lives, what soul beings you're going to touch in the future. So thank you, pile 3, for being here with me today. Thank you, Spirit, for being here with us today. Know that you're loved, know that you're blessed, and I'll see you next time.